This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. During the spring, the scene on Sarasota's beaches are exactly as you'd expected, with a combination of both locals and a lot of visitors.
But there's another seasonal visitor on Longboat Key that the town wants you to look out for. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo has more.
Well, Scott and Haley, with turtle season coming up in a few weeks, the town felt it was important to hold a lighting workshop as an education effort to protect these creatures.
Thank you for coming.
The big guns were out on Longboat Key Wednesday afternoon. Mote Marine, the Sea Turtle Conservancy, and Longboat Key Turtle Watch, all for the protection of sea turtles.
We included some provisions, a little better provisions around lighting. We also included a provision that required beach furniture to be moved off of the sandy beach before nightfall.
Longboat Key adopted an ordinance last year with stringent lighting rules for Gulfront properties and residents. Artificial lighting on the beach can disorient sea turtles and their hatchlings, in turn causing them to head the opposite direction of the Gulf. And as Sea Turtle Conservancy scientist Rick Herron points out, there are simple ways to fix the impact of lighting.
Changing your lights to amber LEDs, and shielding the light from the beach and lowering the light so that it's not visible from the beach.
Town manager Dave Bullock says it can even be easier for residents.
And most effective way is either turn the light off or close your curtains.
Longboat Key Turtle Watch volunteer Cindy Seaman also acts as a second set of eyes for these turtles.
So if we see them going somewhere other than west towards the water, then that indicates to us that there was something drawing them the wrong direction.
But Bullock says the love of sea turtles and this ordinance should have residents in the right direction.
And I think we'll get experience in other communities is you get excellent compliance with education and information and a little bit of technical assistance.
And throughout turtle nesting season, which is May 1st through October 31st, Longboat Key officials will be conducting audits to make sure residents are complying with this ordinance. Reporting on Longboat Key, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Dwayne. Mote Marine Lab and Aquarium in Sarasota is now caring for a sick loggerhead turtle. A dive team with the Sarasota Police Department found the turtle while training near Big Pass. Officers drove by on the boat, and then the crew, they got a little concerned when the turtle was not moving or trying to dive back underwater. A symptom of a sick loggerhead is its inability to dive when it feels like it's in danger. The dive team called Mote Marine Lab and took the turtle to the hospital for care. The turtle weighs 108 pounds, 7 ounces, and has been named Trippy by the dive team because Trip Schwenk is on that team, so named after him.
It's in good hands now. Taxpayers could pay millions of dollars to resolve an issue in Venice more than 6 decades in the making. The lime pits are all that's left of water treatment plants at Wellfield Park. Last year, Venice's city council was told it would cost $2.3 million to remove the lime. Now the cost has gone up $3.2 million. Now, while burying the lime is an option, gopher tortoises would have to be removed from the property first, which would also be expensive. Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, we'll talk with Venice's mayor about how they plan to address the problem and how much it could ultimately cost taxpayers.
A coach at Riverview High School is Sarasota County's Teacher of the Year. William B.J. Ivy, a social studies teacher and basketball coach at Riverview, is the winner of the Sarasota County School District 2017 Teacher of the Year Award. The announcement on this prestigious honor was made this afternoon at Michael's on East, where Ivy shared some important advice.
They don't teach for a paycheck, they teach because they love working with kids, and there's a passion there to see a kid improve and see a kid's light bulb go off in the aha moment.
Other finalists of the award include Pineview School social studies teacher Christine Braun and Tatum Ridge Elementary School 4th grade teacher Holly Houghton Brown.
Congratulations to them. Still have time to submit your ideas on what the new high school in Manatee County should be named. The Manatee County School District accepting name submissions until next Wednesday, April 12th. So far, the district has received more than 230 nominations. After the deadline, the school board will review the options and announce a final decision. The new school will be built on the southeast corner of Erie Road and Martha Road near Parrish. Construction is scheduled to begin this summer, and it's slated to open in 2019. You can send your name nomination either by email or deliver it in person to the School Support Center in Bradenton.
Well, that's a big decision.
I know. And most schools, I think maybe all of them, except for some of the older ones,
Right.
are named for people
Right.
who have contributed to the school district.
So I'm sure they're thinking up who has been
Maybe.
influential in the community right now.
All right, let's get a check on our weather today. Some changes coming our way, right, Bob?
Yeah, I was thinking about the school kids tomorrow morning at the bus stops and parents dropping off. It's going to be dicey. There's a chance we could see some severe weather just after sunrise and maybe even a little bit before it in the Manatee County. Now, the risk for severe weather is great across Georgia and throughout South Carolina. It's marginal for us here. We don't have as much of a chance, but I still think we'll see one or two of these cells pop out to be rather strong. And the tornado chance is fairly high throughout all of Georgia. You can see that in the hashed area. For us, it's very small, though, only at around 2%. So there's a chance we could see something spin up. I know that we saw 2 tornadoes spin up in Citrus County yesterday along an old frontal boundary. And this is a particular model, our in-house model, depicting a line of intense storms making their way through just before 7 a.m. into Manatee County and then pushing through rather quickly. Here's 9:30, and you can see most of the activity through Manatee and Sarasota counties. But I caution you, this is just one forecast model, which has been fairly accurate lately, so we'll keep an eye on it. But right now, the timing appears to be around 6 a.m. Up until around 9:30, and then it should clear out here. We'll turn windy and cooler behind it with temperatures falling throughout the afternoon, so keep that in mind. No more upper 80s or low 90s for us for a while. Details and all that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Today, companies across the country are waiting to learn if they could be chosen to build the Trump administration's proposed border wall.
This as we're learning new details from the Homeland Security Secretary about the multi-billion-dollar plan. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez reports from Los Angeles.
A sharp decline in the number of people taken into custody crossing the U.S.-Mexico border illegally, from more than 33,000 in March of last year to just more than 12,000 in March of this year, a 63% drop. Yet plans for President Donald Trump's signature campaign promise of building a border wall are still moving forward.
Physical barriers do work if they're put in the right places.
Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly testifying on Capitol Hill that it likely won't be a true wall across the full border, but rather a combination of wall, fencing, and surveillance. Though it's still unclear how it'll be paid for, proposals from companies hoping to get the coveted contract to construct the border barrier are all now in. All keeping with the administration's guidelines that it be at least 30 feet tall, impossible to climb over or dig under for at least 6 feet. Also that the side facing the U.S. be, in the administration's words, aesthetically pleasing in color. But from there, each company,
the side here,
brings its own variations.
This is really high-end stuff.
One designing a wall made of solar panels. This Arizona company proposing using carpet from landfills fused with concrete, which they say will cut material costs in half.
We think will be of benefit in building the border wall.
Those companies hoping to get the green light for the controversial project while bracing for backlash.
I would hope they understand that we're builders, and that's what we do. We're not politicians.
The next up from here, several companies will be invited to build prototypes in San Diego, and from those, the final design will be chosen. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Florida may help beef up security at Jewish day schools across the state. Today, House and Senate budget committees voted to set aside money for security as part of the spending plans. The amounts that legislators set aside range from $254,000 to $500,000. The money would go to pay for security upgrades at these schools, as well as installing new fences and bulletproof glass. Since January 9th, there have been more than 150 bomb threats against Jewish community centers and schools in 37 states and 2 Canadian provinces. That's according to a report issued late last month by the Anti-Defamation League.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, Netflix making some big changes, how the move may affect your viewing suggestions.
And our Ukrainian community is in the spotlight tonight.
My Hometown Fest is coming to Nathan Benderson Park Saturday, April 15th. Join us for culinary favorites from across the U.S. paired with your favorite craft beers. There's also great live music and activities for adults and kids. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
A unique celebration of a distinctive cultural gem in Sarasota. La Musica, the annual international festival of chamber music, with renowned musicians from 4 continents. April 3rd through April 12th at the Sarasota Opera House and at Sainer Pavilion. Buy your tickets now.
So many times we underestimate the human spirit's drive to recover. We often see people surpass what any of us might have expected initially. The Rehabilitation Pavilion at Sarasota Memorial is the top of the line. It allows us to really bring the patient's recovery to the next level.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce.
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Port Florida Home.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window, we manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
Tickets are going fast for My Hometown Fest, being held from noon till 5 p.m. Saturday, April 15th at Nathan Benderson Park. Enjoy foods from 40 area restaurants, 60-plus craft beers, live music, and lots of fun. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
One of our strengths here on the Suncoast is our diversity. People from all over the world visit the area and often make their homes here.
In the spotlight tonight, our Ukrainian community. ABC7's Linda Carson has more on the exhibit showcasing their native land.
These are some of the items you'll see at the Ukrainian American Club's exhibit at Selby Library. It opens April 7th, and it will tell you an amazing story about the history of that wonderful country. 19 framed works of Ukrainian embroidery will be on display.
By each embroidery that you will see on the walls, there will be a little write-up as to where it comes from, what type of stitchery it uses, what are the motifs and the symbolisms, and where in Ukraine it actually comes from.
The Ukrainian American Club of Southwest Florida is headquartered in Northport, where there is a large Ukrainian community.
We have 5 Ukrainian churches. We have a community center, a religious and cultural center, and you know, we almost all know each other.
The exhibit is a reaction to what's going on in their homeland. They want people to understand more about Ukraine.
We want people to know that we are not part of Russia. We are our own country. We are an independent country. We have our own beautiful culture, and our traditions go back, you know, hundreds and hundreds of years, and we want people of the world to know that.
Each village and region has its own style, passed down generation to generation.
They had symbols, symbolisms, that each motif, each stitch had a meaning, from the sun, from circles representing the sun, to the squares representing the strength of the family.
Ukraine homes display it on pillows, tablecloths, and in celebrations and ceremonies.
So Ukrainian embroidery is embroidery that is reflective of the history, the culture, the traditions, the climate, the geography of the area that it comes from.
And it shows what the country of Ukraine really is.
It is a diverse, ethno-historic country with different regions, different customs, different folklores, and yet put them all together in this wonderful, wonderful exhibit. It forms what is a true Ukrainian art form, which is Ukraine.
This is one of the beautiful pieces of art you'll see at the Ukrainian Embroidery exhibit at Selby Library, April 7th through the 28th. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda. Now we're going to head over to Bob with some big changes in the forecast.
Yeah, big changes, Haley, correct. And we could see some rough weather here. Not as much as they're going to see, and they're seeing right now over the southeast United States. Van Way's webcam showing some rough conditions out there on the waters today. Winds gusting as high as 25 to 30 miles an hour. Small craft advisories are in effect, and they will stay in effect through Saturday. And then a rip current advisory for all area waterways along the Sun Coast, and that'll be through Friday morning. More than likely, that too will be extended. So rip current advisory, very dangerous conditions out there on the area beaches. Try, if you're going to go swimming, to swim where a lifeguard is on duty. The air quality index has been into the moderate range over the last couple of days of mainly particulate matter as a result of the strong winds picking up the dust and dirt. Look at the temperature difference, a little bit cooler right near the coast just by these contours, and you can see the deep reds inland areas with temperatures in the low to mid 90s there in Highlands County, Hardee and DeSoto counties, but much cooler in Bradenton, Sarasota, Venice, and Inglewood Pleasant there, Northport at 84, and the Gulf water temperature now at 80 degrees. The National Satellite and Radar imagery showing a large low pressure system, a very intense one at that, rotating around through Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana, and then the cold front stretching down into the Florida Panhandle. That's where the rough weather is right now, and there are numerous severe weather warnings and watches, I mentioned, with the possibility of tornadoes making their way through Georgia right now. These are the tornado watches, the area in red that will be in effect through tonight. A severe thunderstorm watch in effect for Indiana and Ohio, and all the areas in red. 5, 6, 7 separate tornado warnings now taking place from Indiana and Missouri and Illinois southward through Kentucky and into Georgia tonight. So that's where all the rough weather is now. It could be on our doorstep tomorrow. The chances are small for us, but I still think we'll see some strong storms, even the possibility of severe weather just before sunrise, and then it should be out of here by 9:30, 10 o'clock. Winds will switch around to the northwest and really pick up, so those small craft advisories will stay with us throughout the day. 83 degrees our current temperature, and we won't see the 80s at all for the next several days. Once the front moves through, things will chill out. The dew point now at 71, and the high today was nearing record territory again, 85 degrees, 89, the record set back in 1939. And boy, as we kind of broken record goes, we could use some rainfall here, and we're going to get some. Rainfall totals appear to be a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, and there's the line moving through 7, 8 o'clock. By 9 o'clock, it should be through, and winds will really pick up out of the northwest, so keep that in mind. As far as beach and boating goes, the winds will be strong, and it'll actually start to feel cooler throughout the afternoon as those winds switch around. Small craft advisory through Saturday. Seas running 4 to 6 feet. High tide at 8:49. Another high tide at 11:41. And sunset will be at 7:50. Increasing clouds. There's a chance for a few showers after midnight tonight. 72 for your low, but the big storms I think won't be here until just prior to sunrise. Morning storms will start working into Manatee County and eventually finish in Charlotte County by around 9, 10 o'clock. 60% chance for scattered storms there in Charlotte County, 70% in Manatee County. And then we'll see much cooler weather Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday morning with lows in the low 50s. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. Right now, there's an accident on State Road 70 in the westbound lanes, and it is tying up traffic. Facebook is stepping up to fight revenge porn. The social media giant says it will apply photo matching to make sure that intimate, non-consensual images that are reported once cannot be uploaded again. The service spans all Facebook properties, including Messenger and Instagram. Facebook says if someone tries to share a reported image, the company will inform that the photo violates the policy and will not be shared. Facebook partnered with the Cyber Civil Rights Initiative to develop this approach. It also launched Not Without My Consent, a guide to help people through the process.
Netflix is getting rid of its star rating system. Instead, they're moving to a simple thumbs up or thumbs down. Netflix hopes the change will lead to more viewer feedback and better program recommendations. The star will fade away from Netflix's streaming service, but you'll still see it on smaller DVD by mail service. Netflix thinks its subscribers will click more frequently on the thumbs. I tend to agree.
That's probably true, although then it's harder. on the other end. You know, it's easier when you're rating it to say thumbs up or thumbs down, but then you're thinking, well, you know, the stars kind of are a little more indicative, but oh well. Entertainment news is next.
Now's the perfect time to create a custom system with California Closets. During our Door and Drawer event, save up to $500 on beautiful doors and drawers for any room. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
At Bacon Furniture's spring clearance event, we've slashed prices on our most popular styles. Look for the red balloons for the biggest savings. Save 30, 50, even 70% off throughout the showroom. Bedrooms, dining rooms, sofas, chairs, recliners, and so much more. All at the lowest prices of the season. Don't miss the spring clearance event going on now only at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new, unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money, it's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
The Sarasota Film Festival is March 31st through April 9th, featuring independent films from around the world, panels, parties, and conversations with stars, all happening in downtown Sarasota.
You don't want to miss it, so get your festival guide and choose the films and events you want to attend.
Buy your tickets online, by phone, or at the Hollywood 20 box office. They go fast, so get them now.
So join us to see and be seen.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to californiaclosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Prince William, Duchess Kate, and Prince Harry all taking part in a memorial service for the victims of London's terror attack.
Nearly 2,000 people gathered at Westminster Abbey, just minutes away from Westminster Bridge, where the attack happened. Prince William laid a wreath at the church's Innocent Victims Memorial. Authorities say Khalid Massoud rammed his car into pedestrians on Westminster Bridge on March 22nd, killing 4 people and injuring at least 50. According to a tweet from Kensington Palace, the royals also met with first responders.
Neil Young's poor health has caused him to withdraw from inducting Pearl Jam into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this Friday. A statement released from the hall says Young regrets not inducting the group due to illness, but is thrilled that former TV talk show host David Letterman will replace him. In addition to Pearl Jam, the new rock class includes the late rapper Tupac Shakur, ELO, Journey, Nile Rodgers, Joan Baez, and Yes. The ceremony will be at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
Former Vice President Joe Biden and his wife Jill are on their way to becoming authors. The Bidens recently signed a book deal with Flatiron Books. They'll be releasing 3 books altogether. In one of them, Joe will talk about his son's death and why he backed down from running for president. The book does not have a title yet, and there's no release date.
Country Music Association announcing Alan Jackson, Jerry Reed, and Don Schlitz will be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame this year. The announcement made today at the hall. The official ceremony for the new inductees will be held in October.
I'm an Alan Jackson fan. I agree with that, yeah.
Maybe he feels too young to get into
I was going to say, he is kind of young to be a Hall of Famer. We'll be right back.